how do you think the culture within the tech world is now having a ripple effect in the rest of Israeli culture? So tech has grown on its own. How do you feel it has fed back, hopefully in a positive way, to the rest of Israeli culture?
I think after the world discovered Startup Nation, outside Silicon Valley, discovered and celebrated Israel as Startup Nation, we Israelis, we are Startup Nation. So we started to discover it ourselves, and it built it with how tech is perceived by the rest of the Israeli society. But I think it also brought many Israeli attitudes that we knew we had in the past, and maybe we were ambivalent about. And now we say, there's a positive, outcome of that. There are positive implications for that. Everything that we call tech today is absolutely not tech tomorrow. I mean, this thing,
by definition,
2022, that's the fax machine of 10 years from now. It's a fax machine. I promise you in the audience, we will look back 10 years from now doing at photos of ourselves doing this, and we will go, what on earth were we thinking? This is a variable. That's not the constant. Technology is a variable. That's not the constant. The values of the culture are constant because they were here in the kibbutz in the 60s. They were in the room studying Gemara 1,000 years ago. They're related to the geography of this place that creates a lot of extremes. So they are constants. And tomorrow they'll invent this whatever thing, which will open a new frontier. I hope we will be able to come with the right cultural values to catch that wave as well. And that's how startups work. You need to react fast to adapt to changes. But remember, what is the end goal? That's sprint and marathon, as someone smart would say. But these are subtle things that, in a way, the book Startup Nation gives you a good pretext, but it doesn't take you into the Israeli psyche to see how Israelis work. A lot of Israelis must do the John Malkovich exercise. Probably most of your audience don't even know what that means, but to be able to go into someone else's head and see the world from their perspective, Israelis have to become better at doing that with faraway markets. They have to. I mean, it's a flat world. For the same way, if you're a multinational and you want to come to Israel and you want to understand how it works here and you want to find the right startups, and I mean, you need to play with the jungle by the jungle's rules and not be Mr. Livingston in the jungle, meaning you have to understand the side a little bit. And I think that there are great ways to understand the Israeli mentality in order to use it for business.